SPD is such a critical component to what we do.
I took a medical student into SPD and I asked one of the staffers there, please tell him what you do. And they told me something that just blew me away. They said, you know, Dr. Nelson, what we do is the most important thing in the hospital. If we don't do everything right, nothing will go right.
And we have 20 or 25 trays for spine cases. If one or two instruments are missing, that's a major problem. Penfield 4 is an instrument that we use, and it can have little baby bend, a little straight bend, a little upward bend, but they're all called Penfield 4s. I need the exact Penfield 4 I need every time that I use for every case.
My sterile processing department, when I took over the service line, was in trouble.
Sometimes we'd open the tray and then a 3mm Kerrison was missing.
I would get the 6 a.m. phone calls because of the cases that, weren't going because once again the trays weren't right.
Time is a very big deal in spine surgery. When you're doing lumbar spine cases, when a patient is prone and head down, the longer a patient is prone and head down, the increasing chance they have of going blind. It's got to be perfect.
Most organizations look past SPD and don't pay any attention to it. The investment within a SPD is low in most organizations. And here at Marin General, we found that was an issue for us as well.
This department had several different consultants working with them in the past. And for whatever reason, we never got any traction.
It's exceedingly frustrating from a surgeon standpoint because we don't have what we need to do the case, and it raises the entire anxiety of the room. We changed 3, 4, 5 SPD directors and could not get it done.
STERIS was very clear on the product they were going to produce.
We asked a lot of questions. We focused primarily on the operational and process improvements that would take place rather than the finances, because we felt that the physicians needed to have their trays and their sets ready for their cases.
We met the individuals directly who would be working in the department, and you could tell they were true experts.
My name is Maria. I work for STERIS Instrument Management Services, and I'm here on-site as a SPD manager. Before, our SPD reputation was not the greatest all throughout the hospital. For 2 years, if you have at least 13 managers, that's a lot. Labor and delivery, good example, is one of our auxiliary customers had took all their labor and delivery instruments and they start using disposable sets. So when I first came, the staff at that time, not all were certified. Now we're all certified. There was not much of a connection or even communication between a very crucial department, SPD and OR, because they're supposed to be working hand in hand. It was always pointing fingers.
We had to scramble and figure out what they really needed, and we always had to remember that there was a patient on the table.
So everyone was always on edge, thinking like today could be that last day.
Within the first 6 months, what was so dramatic was all these unhappy staff unbelievably turned around. The STERIS team realized that even though they were trained in the past, the training wasn't adequate, and secondarily, there wasn't a leader that role modeled and was consistently there with them.
And when Maria got here, it was, oh no, this is Amy's standards, this is what we're gonna do.
The staff actually really embraced the learning and all the information that was given to the staff.
Anybody could have a title as a manager, it's a title. But a leader motivates the employees, the technicians, to be better.
One of the other things that we implemented is quality assurance. We make sure the quality of the set and the cleaning of the set is great quality that we're producing to our customer.
I think the personnel is consistent. I think the personnel cares.
We don't have turnover in the last 6 months.
Unbelievable. It was like the first time probably in decades that we actually got a true view of our instrumentation.
We developed a consistency in our operations.
Our flash utilization is 0%.
Every case now goes off the same way as the prior case,
And giving the education and the right information to the staff, they can actually grow from that, and they can take that anywhere they go. It's more of a career path, not just a job.
It's a very respectable career.
It's ongoing education. There's always new policies and new ways to sterilize.
Less anxious. And if you talk to any surgeon, The worst thing they can feel before you cut skin is anxiety. The last thing they need to worry about if the right keratin is sterile in the right spot.
The program has actually received accolades, not just from the physicians in our organization, but also from the Joint Commission when they came out here to do their survey.
That hasn't happened, and I'm not kidding you, years. The culture has changed.
I wake up and come to work happy every day.
Very rewarding.
Because if each of us feel that what we do has to be done perfectly, and we do that all the time, that's how SPD should run, and that's how the operating room will be successful.
Production is still stepping up.